I mean, indie developers have a hard time finding testers because most of the people who test their games are friends, and most friends are not gonna be like, I mean, they won't give you real constructive criticism, especially not from a knowledgeable point of view. All I'm saying is that indie developers need to get more quality assurance, more testers. Someone needs to tell them, hey, this game, I mean, the balance, the difficulty is all over the place. Easy as fuck at some areas, hard as fuck at some others. I mean, yeah. That's why it's so hard for an indie RPG to make it to the mainstream. It's because of that. I mean, that's the problem with indie RPGs. I've been opening up to them lately because I want to get into them more. I want to give them more attention. And I want to, that also helps me to increase the variety of games in my videos. I remember making a video about a year ago or 2 years ago called Why I Rarely Talk About Indie RPGs, and the same problem hasn't gone away. What I said in that video was the same problem that I'm saying right now. That it's just these games, I'm not sure how many people are testing the games, or if the testers are finishing the games. So maybe, I don't know, I'm an indie developer, I'm a studio, and I say, oh, this is my new game, so I'm gonna give it, because I have no money, I have no budget, and that's totally understandable. So I'm just gonna have to rely on my friends or my team. Hey, you, the graphic designer, try the game. Hey, you, the programmer, try the game, or the producer, I don't know, the music composer, try the game and give me your opinion. So I don't know if these people finish the game and then give feedback to the director or to the studio itself, or if they only test the game for like a couple of hours and say, oh, it's fine, yeah, release it that way. That's what happened with Edge of Eternity. It was originally released on PC with some problems, and then they announced like a year later the game was going to be ported to the PS4 and Switch and whatnot, and it was a fucking mess, technically speaking. Glitches galore, frame rate, screen tearing. It's just, graphically speaking, it was terrible. And gameplay wise, the balance was all over the place. I don't know if there's a patch already for that, but it's just one of those games that are like, man, it makes you question, it makes you think, how many people tested this game? Or did they really test this at all? I mean, you can, AA studios, AAA studios have no problem, they can just pay someone, a bunch of people to test their games, fully test their games, and they'll just get, those testers will probably say, hey, this game has a bug, or there's a few glitches in here, or you know what, there's this balance that's all over the place. I found the game too hard or too easy in certain areas, or it's just impossible. I don't know, but indie developers struggle a lot with that, I believe, and it shows. It fucking shows. 9 out of 10 indie games are stupidly broken or unplayable or unenjoyable. There's a reason why the majority of them have very mixed reviews, and it's because of that, because you play them and you're like, man, I mean, what's going on here, right? So, it's a problem, and I know money is an issue for indie developers, so I can't just say, hey, pay someone, you have to pay someone, or GTFO, no. But try to find as many people as you can to test your game, especially people from outside of your personal circle. If you ask your friends, or your girlfriend, or your kids, or, they're biased already. You need to find complete strangers who will probably give you constructive criticism and say, hey, this boss battle is garbage, it's frustrating, it's terrible. And then the developers will say, oh, thanks for that. Indie RPGs have this problem, and it needs to get addressed. And the best way to do that is by trying to find people who test your game that are not your friends or your family. That's my advice.